Well, hello there, everyone. You will not be seeing my face here because it is early in the morning. I don't know if we like turning a light on, but as you know, if I have a thought on my mind, I like to express it. It's one of the weird little idiosyncrasies about myself. Um, do you guys like riddles? Oh, I'm Zen, by the way, and you're over there. Here's the riddle. What's up, Jason? What are you doing? Yeah, I don't, but I'll accept it. I have dreams and uh, astral travels and things that give me questions and riddles and answers and things, and I like to share that with people. So I'm curious as to this dude. What's his name? The new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. he he's he's a tiny little. He's a tiny guy, like tiny. I mean, what is that? How do we allow? Here's the riddle. How do we allow? My assumption is that dude is a twerp, like an absolute twerp. I don't know the last time I got to say the word twerp, but there, I used it. I mean, could you? I think you could probably pick him up with one hand and throw him somewhere. Like I just think he looks like a tiny little thing. How do we allow? And the way he talks is so unmanly, like his everything about him is off-putting. He just looks uh like a smarmy. I can't find the words right now because I just woke up. Let me see if I can figure out a uh good word for him. But it doesn't. How do we allow people like that to be in positions of power and to like regulate our realities and our worlds? I mean, if we look at the what we call the leaders of industry, the captains of industry, and these people that are, look at the health ministers of certain countries. There's nothing healthy about them. Look at these people they're supposed to show you and exude a presence of power, and when you see them, could you imagine seeing him in person? I looked it up. I was like, how big is that dude? It said he's like 5'7". No, he's not. If that dude is any more than 5'3", I'd be surprised. Like, and he's not, and his shoulders look frail and weak. I don't think he has he ever. I mean, can he even? I mean, this is the riddle. It's just confusing me how we let and allow these kind of people to be in charge or control of anything at all. I don't think has he ever played a sport? Does he even does somebody else tie his shoes for him? I mean, does his whole demeanor? I listened to him. I didn't even know who he was. I never even paid attention. I was like, oh, what's this popping up on the news feed? Who's this guy? And then you look at a picture of him standing that he's holding a purse and next to him, like a bunch of people that are like, like way bigger, like just normal, what I'd probably consider average size humans. And he's standing next to a woman that he's probably smaller than. And there's no way the one sitting next to him is 5'7". Where do we find these people? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, you, you, does anybody watch movies? Anybody read any books anymore? Do you have anybody know any like history of say the whole Napoleonic complex, that thing? or we're small people. We let them become somehow they're like kings of villages and things, and they always outdo because they're small, and so they overdo it in other ways to control and manipulate people. Where strong, powerful kings and people they don't have to uh, go out of their way to become like is it domineering to dominate something? Because little people always do that. It's just like consider tiny puppies. The tiny dogs are always the ones that are attacking things and barking at everything and trying to act bigger than they are. It's no different with humans. It just is that way. Sit in your place. Be where you should be. You're not a big person, but yet here we are with the likes of um, health ministers that are definitely not healthy, and dementia patients running a company, a corporation, an entire country, right? When we have people everywhere that are in positions of authority and power that should not be there. And how do we stand for this? How do we put up with this? Like, well, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a central banking digital currency. Yeah, let's do that. And so we'll allow him to just put that in place to control and regulate and manipulate your life. How do we accept this? Who are the people that are implementing this? Where are the people that are supposed to be? Mm, I don't know. The people that are supposed to be protecting the citizenry, the general population, people that are going about their day-to-day business as mothers and fathers and children, going and taking care of a day's worth of work and paying their bills and getting everything done. And those people need to be protected. And yet we have people in power that are manipulating them. And the people that are supposed to be in I don't know, say if you're in the military, if you're a policy worker, who do you think you're working for? Like what you hear these people in the military, they're supposed to prevent and supposed to be there to what is it? Protect from treason and protect from all of this, even if it's within its own borders. Meaning, if even if the governments were doing it, they should be protecting the people from the government. Yet they've lost sight of that. They don't even see the infestation within the governments across the world, and these people that are trained to protect things or to, you know, and they're just standing there and obeying and listening to watch movies, pay attention. It's the same thing. Who are they protecting? Why? They're enforcing a policy that is in place. They're for the select few. You know, do you understand? Do you understand? They're supposed to be. It's the other. They're supposed to be doing it the other way around. They should be protecting the many from the few that would seek to enslave them. Yet and still, they're so mind controlled that they've got it all backwards. What are they doing? They have a responsibility, and they're not upholding their end of what they should be doing for humanity. You have special trainings. You have special. You're you are the powerful people. You do all the push-ups. You do all the sit-ups. Your brain has been conditioned to be a warrior. So be a warrior for the people, you know, not for the people that would seek to enslave you even. Like, at what point do you think they won't have you being holding the keys to your own, you know, like, well, we've enslaved humanity. Now it's your turn. You're like, oops, did I just put everybody? Oops. Oh, it's just amazing to still see people out there wearing masks and all of this I mean, it was Halloween, so of course people have masks on. But I would suppose after Halloween, can everybody just take their masks off, or is that still going on? Nope. You're still gonna see it. You're still gonna see people with masks on. They'll take their masks off to smoke crack, to smoke, to smoke. It's to eat garbage, to shovel things into their face. I mean, so we got people that are in positions of power and authority that I don't know how they got there, and we allow for it. And then people that are supposed to be in positions of protecting the huddled masses are out there actually protecting the people that wish them harm and think they're stupid and want to enslave everyone. Those are the people we need. We need people to protect the general population from the tiny, stupid little dogs. I mean, this is almost a conversation about say, people are like, oh, pit bulls, they're we gotta restrict and can't have. You know how many places I've lived where you can't have a pit bull. You can have a stupid little dog. You know how many times, how many animals I've played with throughout my life. Oh, thousands and thousands, and I've been bitten by three dogs. And the ones that always. I've been sniffed at by a bunch of tiny little twerpy dogs. Not, not ever. I've played with 150 pound pit bulls, 150 pound pit bulls, and they will, they'll play, and but they would never bite me. But yet these little dogs, because of their inferiority, because they're tiny and they have a complex, they're always nippy and barky. They're like those women. Look at who owns those dogs. The dogs are exactly like the people that own them. It's just 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 running their mouth, but they're weak and they have nothing. They shouldn't just shut up. Like these tiny little dogs are should be. If you want to breed to restrict, it's not a pit bull. Those are the ones that are actually. Oh, what did they used to do? They used to be nanny protector dogs. People would leave their babies. Human beings would leave their children with a pit bull, and they'd go off and do something, and that dog would protect that child. You would never leave your child with a tiny little twerpy dog. A little, but you wouldn't, because it wouldn't be able to protect it, and and that dog might bite your child, guaranteed. But yet we have those type of people that are just like those dogs, running their mouths on TV and controlling the ebbs and flows of things that are going on that have a real uh, effect on the quality of your life. It's because it's just silly at this point. I mean, we can have these people. I just watched a video of this chick who is all gothed out, purple hair. Oh no, it was a dude. It was well, I don't know. I don't even know how to call. I don't even know what to say about these people. What is the trans? Are they transitioning? Are they trans? I don't know. And they're sitting there. It's like listening to a 3-year old try to teach a PhD level class while they have oatmeal running down their face. If and you listen, you have to listen to these people talk and try to explain something to you that you it's this is what I do. It makes my brain stutter listening to these people try to use any kind of logic or reason, and somehow you have to listen to them. It's like arguing with a 2-year old. You can't win in an argument with a 2-year old. It's not even about winning. It's about like their brain is broken. and but we're letting these people dictate to us what is and what isn't. Could you imagine if we allowed these people to like okay, here's what we're doing. Go ahead, go build me something. Go build me a car. Those people have no clue how to do anything except for be. Uh, I mean, somewhere beyond. It's even beyond narcissistic. It's beyond cluster B personality disorders. It's beyond psychopathy. It's beyond sociopath. It's something completely. We're in a new landscape of mental disorders, and we accept it and actually applaud and encourage it, which makes the people that do that almost it's worse than the people that actually are. Like you go, okay, that person has a mental disorder. We should be helping them, and instead, people just cheerlead them. Those people actually are worse. How can we be accepting of this? How do we allow for this? Man, this is just like I got to get this off of my brain because I want to take a nap. But these thoughts go through my head, and I'm just like, because I'm somewhat reasonable and rational, and I have some sort of weird thing like logic that works in my brain because I don't know I've worked in kitchens, and I know there's an order to do things, and I've been in construction. I've done also so many different jobs that required, oh, I don't know, uh, there's an order to something. You got to crack the egg. You got to turn the pan on if you want to cook something. You don't just throw the egg in the freezer and expect it to become an omelet. Like what's going on? These people are just like, no, we're gonna call it an omelet, and they just throw a piece of celery on white bread and call it an omelet. Like you're like, but that's not that. What are you talking about? And they're like, no, but it is. Like what kind of fantasy land? And we're letting those people in fantasy land like just destroy and dictate whatever's whatever there was that was uh, wonderful and about this world. It's like they're just ripping it apart. Like what? 10 years ago, you would have just saw these people and go, "Oh, this is okay. It's a little sideshow. It's something funny. It's cute. I get it. Okay, these people are okay. They're a little weird. Oh, and some of them you'd probably say, "Hey, can we get these people some little bit of help here?" And now those people are actually the ones that are uh, uh, in charge of school systems. I mean, we all know that the school system is nothing more than it's a mental disorder center. It's a propaganda institution. We know these things. It's Go read the Underground History of American Education by John Taylor Gatto or Dumbing Us Down. It's already fully explained what these things are. But now the people that should have been being helped, mm, 10, 20 years ago are working in places that they shouldn't be. I mean, the downfall of civilization and society, when you're looking at it. See, it's not even, we ain't talking about it's not even in the generation. It's just one, it's like a decade. You could, 10 years ago, you couldn't even imagine how absurd and ridiculous the world would be right now. You couldn't. No one in their right mind would have said, "Oh yeah, in 2020 and to 2022, we're just gonna just throw throw a wrench into the gears and just." I like that. I like that sound. uh, it is some type of frustration. It's like you ever look at people and you just go, "There's nothing going on inside that person's head." Like what you have to sincerely ask yourself a question. I think everybody needs to ask themselves this question. And is what value do you bring to society at large? I can answer that wholeheartedly and mindedly, and I know what kind of value I bring to the table every single time. And these people, they bring nothing, nothing. But they think it's that whole thing where smart people, as a smart person, we usually end up diminishing ourselves a little bit and going, oh, but I'm not that good, I'm not that good at it. We're modest, right? And but dumb people are certain they're good at something. They're certain about it. They're so confident. They're so arrogant in their ignorance. Like there's people that think they're really good at something that are awful. Like you ever have somebody like think they know how to cook and then you've eaten their food and you're like, this is garbage. Or you see somebody like draw something and you're like, what are you using crayons? What are you doing? But they're like, my artwork's good, or what I mean, whatever it is, they're so sure. They're so sure of themselves and they actually are terrible. It's like they convince themselves. We you'd say, hey, you gotta build some confidence in these kids. You gotta applaud them and say, good job. No, there's a point where you have to be realistic and go, no, there's people like, oh, I could have been I could throw a football over a mountain. I would have went pro. Like, no, you were not that good. You didn't even, what are you talking about? Like, you don't even, there's people there to convince of that. In my heyday, I was like, no, actually, it weren't. People are so self, they've deluded themselves to believing in some fairy tale land. Yeah, it's I don't know. Usually I try to give people constructive ideas and solutions, but I'm just talking at this point. I don't know, man. It's just it's just mind-boggling. It's like, where do you go? Like, I do get to meet a lot of people every day. I meet so many really, really generous, lovely, intelligent people. I do. They're out there, but it's like it's few and far between. Few and far between. It's like, mm, I could only imagine. I mean, I can't actually. Well, I'm gonna try. Let me try imagining it. Let me try imagining this with me. I don't know where y'all live. If anybody lives in suburbia, is there anybody with a brain cell left in suburbia? Because I don't know. I don't because I live in New Orleans, right? So there's a whole influx of really interesting people. There's artists and musicians everywhere. So that in and of itself gives you a whole different vantage point of the world. I don't know that I don't I could, I've when I've the last few times I've been to anywhere you'd consider suburban, I would be like a strip mall. What's going on here? Like, who are these people? Where are they going? What are they talking about? What are they doing? Like I don't. What value do they add? What do you do that's helping people? And again, it's just a little little game you can play mentally and say, hey, am I really? Sometimes you got to take a nap, rest up, be comfortable. Of course, you're useless if you're not comfortable. But some people just are spinning their wheels, running around, doing who knows what. Who knows? I have no clue. What are they doing in suburbia? I mean, think about it. They go home, they put the TV on, they stare at that, and go to bed. They have the same microwave meal, and they go to some pointless job, and they know it's pointless. They know it's worthless, and they're not like, what inspiration, what inspiration, what motivation do they add? Who's you know whose life are they actually assisting and improving? I mean, if the world wasn't broken, it wouldn't. I get it. I get it. I get it. I really do. If the world wasn't broken, it wouldn't need people like me to help try to fix it. I would be, if the world wasn't an okay place, I would be redundant. I guess so, I accept that. But like, God damn it, can people just, g- give it a shot, get your shit together, be, be all you can be. Stop, don't, don't stop living that standard, uh, stereotypical protocol of a life that is just. Could you imagine? I mean, I couldn't even imagine just you just go, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just yeah, I'm gonna just go to softball and wear these colors, and I'm gonna root for this team, and this is what we got. This is what we're doing. I'm gonna. Good job, way to go. What do you do for It's here's the question too. It's like you ask somebody like, hey, what do you do? Like, what do you do? And they'll tell you. They identify with their job, and I'm like, how can you identify with one aspect of yourself? You work. Oh, I work at Motion Lam or whatever you do. I don't know. People identify so heavily with that. We, as humans, we were not supposed to have jobs. We were not supposed to be going to some corporation. We're not supposed to be doing that. We're supposed to be dancing and teaching, and inspiring, and we're supposed to be loving each other and being kind and helping. Instead, we have decided to kneel to the corporatocracy, dead entity. People just kneel down to death. No, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to live your life. And I don't. I know I'm giving vague, broad brushstrokes in terms here, but it just becomes it's unruly where the world is. I, it's always this little mental health challenge or check for people, like how mentally unwell people are, and what it must these last 2 years, what it has done. Like, what kind of ignorant psychopaths decided to implement this? Everything that just occurred, and it's worse that some people still believe it, and it's caused so much mental unrest. Who's in charge of just destroying people's lives, the health, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional? There's people that are just walking around with a smile on their face, destroying people's lives and thinking they're helping. They think they're doing something good. They don't even see the harm they're doing. Uh, yeah, let me tell you what happened yesterday. I ordered some food from Uber, and I hit the order thing, and it said this much. And I knew how much it was because I looked at it, because I wasn't about to pay $50 for food. Well, after I ordered it, it shows up and says, "Oh, it didn't apply my discount. It was supposed to be 40% off." And I seen it. I looked right at it because I wouldn't have ordered $50 in food. I would not have. So I go and I'm like, "Hey, help. Can I apply this?" There's no one. There's no way to talk to a human being. It's just a computer thing that took me in circles. And then I tried to cancel my order and it wouldn't let me. Well, I ordered from somewhere else and I hit cancel, then it wouldn't let me cancel the order. So I got two orders of food that ended up costing me way too much money. So much food I didn't want. There's no button to push to say, "Hey, hello human being, can you fix this? I don't want that order." Nope. And it's just a computer system. Is this where we are? We just talk to computers now? Like right now, I'm talking to a computer. Hopefully, you guys are there. There's human beings on the other side listening, but whatever. Like we've built a society that now there's no, we don't have human interaction. Just gonna go ahead and just stare at phones, and instead of making love, we just watch fucking other people do it on the TV screen. That's what it. There's no human interaction. Everything is just digital. What was the movie called? Is it called Her with Joaquin Phoenix, where he falls in love with the fake computer algorithm that's like it's a chick that talks to him, but it's not a chick because it's a computer, and he falls in love with that. Like what? Where have we gone? What happened to actual intimate, real quality relationships? What happened to that? It's like they it's so few and far between that that actually occurs anymore. Oh, it's like people have become so distant. What up? What up? It is I. What are you doing? Yeah, yeah. You don't even take your phone out. Yeah, I mean I like to have it because I end up just I use it for there's a purpose to having my phone, which is I like to play music for people. So you know I use it for that reason, or to this to me is a somewhat of a human interaction because I know most of you. I've talked to you before. Most of you, I know you exist. So to me, this is somewhat of human interaction. Like I have lots of human interaction, like outside on a daily basis. But there's tons of people that I don't even know. Like the other day, a couple days ago, this dude I met this guy, and I'm a huggy person. I will hug someone, and like I was like, hey, what's up, man? Whatever. I don't know. We had having a couple of drinks, smoked something with him, and I gave him a hug, and he just started crying. He's like, no one's given me a hug in years, and I was like, wow. And I'm like, I'm taken aback because there are people that probably haven't left their house. You know what I'm saying? In a long time. I'm not no, human interaction. I mean, some people haven't. I used to talk to you guys about like, taking your shoes off and touching the earth. That's very important, and a lot of people don't do that. But there are people that maybe don't even shake someone's hand. They just hand them a piece of the closest they get is a delivery, and they're handed a box of a cardboard box, and that's the extent of the human interaction they have. What an absolutely, like it it actually irks me and eats away at my being that like these people have never even, they don't make eye contact. They don't have like a legitimate, like someone say, oh, that's my friend. They're like 100 steps removed from like their only friend is like some video game. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're online. They get to play their Call of Duty. They get their headphones on, whatever. Sure, that's nice, but and they can talk to people. But there's people that don't even have that. What do you say? You're trying to find a video about San Francisco World's Fair. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's no. I often have interactions similar to that. Similar, not to that extent. Usually, but people do. They just their entire their entire uh, body chemistry, their mind. It's like their eyes open up. It's like I've done that so many times. It's to me just normal. But these see it makes me like this. I go like, man, there's so many people that are so sad and lonely. And it's like whenever I hug these people or even shake someone's hand, it's like I feel that. And I'm like, whoa. And I actually, because of, if you study any exchange of energy like Reiki and stuff like this, where you're empathetic, it's like you feel people's like entire life and you go, wow, you were void of human interaction to such a degree. It's like a man, that's crazy. It's like wow, it's like I don't like to feel sorry for people, but like fuck, I do. Like I don't know. It's not sorry. It's like feeling sorry is not the right word. It's like yeah. I mean, people avoid eye contact. They avoid they really they do. I mean, it's if you want to get into like the early life traumas and things like this, or like some people don't like physical contact because early in life they maybe were mistreated. You know what I mean? So they have a high degree of mistrust. Other people just they never got that. Like I can, from my standpoint, like I was, being adopted. My parents raised me as if I was a product. They didn't. There was no physical like. There was no hugging. There was no like, that only occurred a little while. You know what I mean? Like there was always like a distance. And so for me, psychologically, I understand that because these are not my people. This is not my family. This is not these are not this is not my tribe. And they even knew that. They treated me like so I get that from my standpoint. But there's other people that had parents that weren't that they didn't even care for their children. Like that's tough. And then these people go through life and they actually stopped even looking to find their tribe, their family, they even stopped looking for friends. They just shut themselves off completely from the world. I was like, oh man. I mean, I couldn't even like some people just stay like living in a way that's like like a constant state of absolute depression. See, I mean, I understand depression. I understand, both sides of it. I'm extremely, I mean, you could call me like manic but I feel a range of different emotions. But I think some people are so stagnant that they don't even recognize the level of like, it's like they look at the TV and they look at these people on a jet ski and they look at these people that they assume are happy and they go, I'll never be that happy. Well, this is just me. This is my. It's like Eeyore the donkey. You know what I'm saying? Like they live through life in this utter state of just going, well, yeah, I guess that's what it is. Ah, like bro, fucking get it, go dance. There's people that don't dance. I'm like, how do you go? How do you? When's the last time y'all? When's the last time you guys went and danced? You dance at your house? Do you sing? I mean, I can't sing, but I try. I can't. I can't. I'm not a musician, but I try. I don't know that I'm good at dancing. I'm probably pretty good. You know, I still try. I still move. It's people that don't dance, man. Life is a life is an art project. It's a whole it's a it's a whole dancing artistry of just you know give it a shot, try it out. You say you'd pay 50, 50 quid. For what? The San Francisco? Look up John Levi probably got one. It is I go to John Levi's channel. I'm sure he's got one. Or I mean he does a whole series on the World Fairs. And who's the other guy? What's his name? Give me a second. I think I know I think I could probably help you. The Mud Flood guy on Instagram. Improbable what's his name? Improbable Dreamer? No. Uh Well, if you hit me up on my email, I'll give you the other guy's name. It's just look up the Mudflood guy in probable. I think it's improbable something. And he says question everything, friends. He does a bunch on World's Fairs too, and Mudflood stuff. Uh, you somebody was talking about. Yeah, he basically said it was a ghost town. Yeah. Yeah, it's. I think I've watched that video that you're talking about. I thought it was almost certainly John Levi that was talking about that. Yeah, but let me look. I'll find it later in the day for you. Just remind me. So I still need to take a nap and get my shit. I gotta get my shit in order today so I can move across town. You guys can see my new digs. Black and white. Oh man, in a non-black suit narrating. Um, huh. Oh, give me 1 second. I can take this. Be right back. You guys stay there. Okay, we are almost back. Here we are. Yeah, it's so funny that I've moved a couple times. And I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, which house, which way? I like got out of bed thinking I was at my last house, and it's set up a little different. I was like, oops, like run into the wall. I was like, oh, that's right, I'm not that place. It's interesting. I know a lot of people that like musicians and comedians, whatever, that always talk about being on the road, like just waking up. They're like, I don't even know what city I'm in anymore. They wake up and they go, I have no clue where I'm at. It's like always a new adventure. Like everything starts to blend together, especially if you tour normal cities. You know what I mean? Like everywhere is set up like that whole oh I don't know, like the blueprint of that suburban. I know there's going to be a Home Depot here, and I know there's going to be a Target here and a Walmart over here, and in every city. Whenever I've traveled to those places, and I'm just like, man, it's like it literally is a staple. I look around, I'm like, I drive, I'm like, oh yeah, it's exactly like the other city. Cincinnati is going to be exactly like Cleveland. Is going to be exactly like you know. Yeah, it wasn't John Lee by that. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to find it later today. I think I know what you're talking about. Oh. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna try to take this nap real quick. See if I can get a good hour of shut eye in here, and then I'll talk to you guys later. Talk some, maybe have a actual show idea rather than just rambling on about who knows what. As per usual, everyone, you know the rules. Oh yeah, like, thumbs up, all that. I don't even know if I'll leave this one up. It was just for you guys. Oh, if you want to, you can help me out. Cash App, PayPal, all that stuff, because my finances are kind of low right now, and I definitely don't want to be on the streets. So if you can help me, that'd be great. Rules in life: be weird, be yourself, because everybody else is taken. You know what I mean? Just do you. And if you feel like you have enough in your pocket, help somebody out. If it's me, that'd be great. If it's not, help somebody else out. And I'll talk to you all soon. Stay well. Be weird.